And I'll give this to Jaylen. If Hurts doesn't play that well, and he doesn't play that well with his feet and moving the sticks with his wheels, they don't win that ball game.
They don't win that game. You better believe it. They don't win that game.
So let's bring in our friend Garry Cobb and get his thoughts. First and foremost, we haven't heard anything yet, G. Cobb, on Jaylen Carter.
Yeah.
Sileo just went off on him right now. What should the Philadelphia Eagles do, in your opinion, with Jaylen Carter after that spitting incident last Thursday?
Well, they definitely got to get his attention. I mean, so, the things he cares about, of course, is playing. I know he had his agent up there. His agent had been up there during training camp. I saw his agent up there. They're up there talking and everything. I mean, with the opportunity he has before him, you just go, how could you do something that stupid, man? Let somebody, really just coerce you into doing something that foolish, and you take yourself out of the game. Now, I don't want to get into a whole show on spitting, but there's spitting that goes on in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
But guys don't spit right there in front of the ref. You might spit on the guy in the pile. You know what I mean?
You do.
I mean, that's stuff that happens in the pile. But, you're not going to get yourself thrown out of the game. You're going many times, okay, hey, I'm going to get you back for that. Tell the dude, you're going to regret you did that. And you got a whole game to get the guy back. You got you got 60 minutes to get that guy back. Plenty of plays. But, so he why he would do that right in front of the ref, I mean.
How do you think they should handle it, Garry? Garry, how do you think they should handle it?
Well, I think what they got to do is they definitely got to get his attention and realize, look, man, look how you hurt us, man. You got, so I think suspending him from the team wise, you're hurting the team even more.
I know. See, I'm not for that. I
think you got to hit him in his pocket. The league can find him, the team can find him. You hit him in the pocket where it's gonna make him hurt. But taking him out of the game, I'm sorry. Especially they're playing Kansas City.
Yeah,
they cannot take him out of the game. I'm sorry. Forget that.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You suspend him some more or something when I say suspend, I mean you go ahead and fine him. You cannot take him out of the game. They need him. They need him this week. Come on. Look at did you see any kind of pass rush? I mean, my goodness. They might put pressure on him a few times, but they need him. My goodness, with the guys outside, that's just not going to get it done. I mean, they're going to need to play better, man. You're going to have to play better than that. And, the Chiefs, they lost, so they're hurting. So, you do not want to take him off the field. So he's got to play.
Garry, I'm going to show you something here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show you this. So maybe they do this. This was an incentive check that I got from the Lions. Okay? I got 10 grand because I started a ball game.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't start him for the Kansas City game.
Well,
and they
hey, you know what? That's a good. Yeah, I can see doing that. But yeah, you're right. That you could do that. You could do that. You could do it. Maybe they don't start him. You work into his incentives. Make it hurt his pocket. That's right. Make it hurt because he needs something that's gonna show him. Look, man, you're over here with your silliness, man. Silly, stupid. You do that, and you're hurting the team, man. Look how you're hurting us. We got guys out there that shouldn't be out there. And so you can't let him get away. He's got to. Afterwards, we talked to him in the locker room afterwards. It seemed like he was, he had done something stupid. But I'm sorry, you cannot do stuff like that. You're supposed to be one of the leaders, man. And we're dependent on you, and then you go over some nonsense like that. Like I said, you got to be smarter.
But Garry, here's for me though. I mean, you preach all this stuff all the time, and Nick's constantly at the press. We got a culture here. We talk about our process in this. If you're a coach, I mean, you've got to make some sort of public statement in some way where you've got control of your locker room. Where, because Marcus Hayes wrote today in the Inquirer, this is the 5th time now that they've had to address poor character by him in some undisciplined move. I mean, you're on the threshold of paying this guy $40 million annually.
That's right.
I mean, I'm with you. I think when him getting thrown out, to me, I think that's okay because he missed the entire game. That's equivalent of a suspension anyway.
That's a suspension right there. That's right.
So I'm going to fine his ass, but he's got to get it.
Yeah, you're right. He got to get it, but you want to hurt him. You don't want to hurt the team.
No,
that's why
right.
It's got to be on his pocket. What you just showed about hitting him with the ticket, with some way or another where it hits his pocket, because you can't afford to hurt the team right now. We especially this series of games. These are going to be some tough games.
Oh yeah.
There's no guarantee these next 3 games. There's no guarantee they're going to win these games. They're going to be in some tight. Especially, you see how I'm sorry, I'm not happy about Kevin Patullo either. Come on, man. You can't let AJ Brown go and you just sit there and you don't get him the ball. I'm sorry, I got to put him in motion and get him the ball some. You can't let the other team's defense dictate you who you're going to throw the ball to. I'm sorry. And I don't know. I don't want to. I don't think it's necessarily just Jaylen, but they got to put him in motion. They got to get him into the game. I'm sorry.
4 targets, Garry. 4 targets between Devontae and AJ Brown in that game. And we were told throughout the entire offseason here and in training camp that there were going to be new twists in the passing game.
Yeah, come on.
On Thursday, I saw regression in the passing game. And I'll give this to Jaylen. If Hurts doesn't play that well, and he doesn't play that well with his feet and moving the sticks with his wheels, they don't win that ball game.
They don't win that game. You better believe it. They don't win that game. And you've got to change things up. And they are going to try to take away Saquon. Come on. How can somebody look at last season and not expect them to move more guys into the box? And then I see other teams, come on, they're being creative. They're getting the ball, throwing the ball. You're going like, are we in the same league? It's ridiculous. I was not happy with the, offensively.
Do you think it was rust?
Well, I do think that the entire league is kind of rusty. They're not really playing until
Bucks in Atlanta. But Bucks in Atlanta was sloppy as hell. I watched.
Yeah, I saw some of the other games. They weren't. There might have been a few games where you saw an offense really open up, but for the most part, it wasn't good offense. You had teams kind of stopping themselves, and that was really frustrating for me to see and watch. And talk to AJ after the game. Of course, he basically had the zipper on his mouth, but you can see he's standing there going like, man, they don't even throw me the ball. Now, other teams don't let you dictate to them that you're not going to throw the ball to your top receiver. You got to put him in motion. You got to change the formation. You got to do different things in order to not let them double him. And you get him the ball. If you got to throw him some quick screens or whatever it is, get the ball in the guy's hand. He shouldn't have to wait to the 4th quarter or whatever. I don't know. I think it was the 4th. I know late in the game till he gets one catch. You throw the ball to him one time. Now, you're doing the other team a favor doing that. I'm sorry. That is not acceptable. You're not going to beat.
The Eagles actually took a star player out of the game.
Come on.
Yeah. They took both those guys, I thought, out of the game. Garry,
that is not acceptable, and they're going to have to do some things. You cannot just basically say, okay, we can't get the ball. You guys don't want us to throw the ball to that guy. What? Come on. You got to be more competitive than that. I'm sorry. That's not acceptable. And really looking back at the game, after the game, you're going, oh, great job. Great. No, I wasn't saying great job. Okay, we won. Okay, we didn't lose the game, but we were trying to lose it. My goodness, we were trying to lose it. And really, truth of the matter is the Cowboys dropped the game, because that game was there to be had. And if CeeDee Lamb's catching the ball,
4 catches. He gets 4 footballs. He wins that game. Gary, will you tell these people in here, maybe I'm wrong and you tell me if I'm wrong or they're right. I watched that game. People are like, well, there were guys that played well on Dave. I'm like, they scored on every drive in the first half.
Yeah,
how are you saying they played well and they were getting drilled off the ball? The secondary play was atrocious. And that Dak Prescott was picking that secondary apart. And if it wasn't for the drops, the Cowboys probably dropped 3 scoring opportunities. I'm like, am I right when I say that the corner position is right now?
I was not happy with that performance. That was not good. Come on. Defensively, are you kidding me? They weren't getting any pressure on Prescott. It wasn't like he was running for his life. He's back there patting the ball. You had guys that were open. They just dropped some passes. If they don't drop those passes, the Cowboys win that game. I'm sorry. They got to play better than that. Now, am I happy that they found a way to win? Yeah, but that's not going to be good enough. And I tell you, these games coming up, they better strap it up because these are going to be some tough games. And, I wasn't crazy about the running game. Come on. They didn't run the ball that well.
Gary, this is the second game. This is second game Saquon Barkley's been held under 70 yards rushing. The Super Bowl and now this one. And now you go back and got Spags on Sunday night.
That's right. Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them. And they're capable of playing better. They're going to need to play better. The offensive line is going to need to get some movement. They didn't really get much movement against the Cowboys.
Don't you agree that Dallas won the battles up front? I thought Dallas won the night on defense, and I thought they won the night on offense. And I think that had a lot to do with Landon Dickerson and, of course, Carter not being out there. You took 2 big stars off the field. I thought Dallas won the night on the O&D lines.
I was sitting there looking at it. I saw it. I agree. I agree with you that they really were. They were beaten up front. They didn't dominate the Cowboys. They weren't getting the kind of push that you expected to see. Movement where you're moving those guys off the line. The Cowboys defensive line, they were standing there. They were taking them. I mean, a lot of times when Saquon got the ball, you got 2 guys in the backfield. Come on. If that's blocking people, they weren't getting any movement. Where you see on the double teams now, they showed a couple plays like the touchdown that Saquon had. They blocked that well, but it wasn't where it was a regular thing where they look at that and go, "Man, we played well." You ask any of those guys, they're not going to. Well, man, we played the way we're capable of. No, they did not play the way you want to see them play and the way they're going to need to play if they want to get what they want, which is. They want to go back to where they were last year. So they're going to need to play better. It's just that simple. And that's on both sides of the ball. Because on the defensive side of the ball, I didn't see much. I mean, you don't see where, the defensive line is dominating. I will say that Jordan Davis, I thought he played well other than that ugly sack. Come on, man. All you got to do is grab the quarterback and take him down. What are you doing? He take it for granted like the guy's going to go down. I mean, he had the sack. He had him a sack. But I will say he played one of the better games I've seen him play.
How about Campbell? How well do you think Campbell played?
I like what I saw out of Campbell. I mean, he's so young, but I see a guy being aggressive. He's smart. You can see that he understands some of the coverages, the play that he made on the tight end downfield and everything. That's the way that's supposed to be done, where you run with the guy. That's not an easy coverage, and he did a good job with that. And, of course, did a great job getting that ball out and really was the key play in the game. That's the reason they won the game, because Dallas was on the way to scoring and taking the lead. And they were able to get that ball out, and that was a great play on his part. And, the kid's got good work habits. He studies. He's not there just going through the motions, and he's a big plus because he's got tremendous athletic ability, but he's a smart and he's a quality player, and he's just going to get better and better. So I was pleased at the way he played, realizing this was his first NFL game. And so I thought he did a good job, but I wouldn't say that I get really can give great grades to the rest of that defense. I can't. I mean, they're going to have to play
pressure.
better than that.
No pressure. And that leads me to this here.
Mm.
What do you make of Howie Roseman coming out of Jay Glazer's face on Sunday saying that Howie was going to give up 2 1s, a 3, and a 5, and a player? So get this. Think of this. That means Howie Roseman wouldn't have had a first-round pick for 3 drafts. All the way into you would have had to wait 3 years to take a pick in the April draft of 2028. You would have been picking. Okay.
Wow.
And for him to give that up, unless he trades back in, but for Micah Parsons. Now, I made this comment. I said he's happy with what he has on his team. He's not happy with the people he signed. Because look at the movement here. I mean, how did you read all that?
Well, I think that, I think you make a good point. And I think that Howie was looking at it where he really wants to get him a dominant pass rusher. I think that's what he was looking for. And I do think that he would do that. But, Howie's the kind of guy that I think he would have been thinking that he's going to make some other moves. They're going to counter some of these moves. So he is going to end up getting that number 1 pick back. But how he would do it, I don't know exactly how, but I think that he probably had an
idea. Trading
and
AJ.
I don't know who, but yeah, I think he would move some guys in order to do that. But without a doubt, he's thinking that look, he wants to get a pass rusher and make sure that they're getting pressure on the quarterback, because that's something you got to do. And they're going to have to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback. I mean, that performance they had the other night, that's not going to get it. I'm sorry. That's not going to get it. And some of the people they brought in, you're going to see some people start leaving here. They don't, if it doesn't happen, they're going to move people on, because they know they got to get pressure on the quarterback. You're not going to win in this league if you're just the quarterback's back there patting the ball. Like, come on, man. Somebody got to get to the quarterback. And of course, they were playing without Jaylen Carter. Of course, that means something. But those guys from outside, I can't say that I really saw somebody just break out. You got this job here. Who wants the job? We're looking for somebody. Does anybody want this job? I mean, that's what it is. And they know they got to play better in order to continue to win, because these games. But in a way, it's almost good that they're playing these teams, the next 3 teams, because we're going to find out what this team is made of.
Even Denver.
You're right. Denver, you're right.
Denver's going to be a tight game. All right. How many games before we get a nuclear implosion from A.J. Brown? And will you tell me one thing here? Will you tell me this? Why does the relationship between Jalen Hurts, excuse me, and A.J. Brown, and I don't know if you think it's important that they like one another. It seems weird now that it just doesn't seem like they're on the same page anymore. AJ and him are kind of offsetting each other here a little bit. I mean, they've kind of become detached a little here. Is that important? And in your opinion, if he doesn't start getting those targets, you can't go another game without AJ getting more than 1 target, can you?
I don't think so. I don't think it's good. And I know it is. I mean, when AJ was talking after the game, he's over there, he's trying everything he can without exploding. And of course I'm reading this, and he didn't say anything to me or nothing like. But
you can see it.
I'm looking at him. I'm going like, man, this dude is ready to explode.
He is. I saw it too.
And you know what? And I was mad right along with him. How you going to let a team dictate to you how many times you're going to throw the ball to your best receiver? Get the guy in motion. Whatever you got, get him the ball. What are you doing? Oh, it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything is not fine. We got to get this guy the ball, man. So I know he was ready.
Hey, I got 3 games. I got 3 games, and you're going to see a plethora of books being read.
Well, I tell you what. If they don't get the ball to him, I'll be ready to go in there and blow up right along with them. Come on, get the guy the ball. What are you doing? I mean, we're not going to do the other team a favor, and we know that teams are going to stack the box to stop Saquon. We know they're going to do that. Now we got to be smart. Now, yes, we don't need to let him let them take the ball out of Saquon's hand, but we also don't need to let them say, "Oh, okay, well, we can't throw the ball to AJ today. You know, they're doubling him. We can't throw the ball to him." No, you don't do that. I mean, you look at all the great receivers, they find a way to get the guy the ball, you know. So you got to get the ball in his hands. And like I said, if it's putting him in motion, lining him up in different places, you know, you got to be creative. And they got to play better.
Do you think he's hurt? You think he's hurt?
No, I don't think he's hurt. He's not hurt. He's out there before the game. It's fine. See him warming up and everything. No, he's not hurt. He's not hurt. No. You know, well, I think, I don't want to speak for him, but he looked like he was mad. And I don't blame him. Come on, you got to get the ball to the guy. Come on now. We got to do better than that.
I think what I should do is send him a book. There's a guy back in the day named Napoleon Hill.
Hey, no more reading on the sideline now.
Think and Grow Rich. It's called Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, or W. Clement Stone's Positive Mental Attitude. You can also have that, so we could start to maybe get a collection of books together for him, because if they don't throw him the football, you know, he's going to have a lot of idle time. I'm sure you've got a couple of.
Hey, I got some of those books right back here. I got some of those, you know.
Yeah, so you know who Napoleon Hill is then. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, all right. That's right.
I mean, I got 3 games, Gary. Hey, so real quick, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what? I say 2.
2 games. All right. What do you make? What do you make in Kansas City? Do you think they win this ball game?
They got to play better. I tell you that. They got to play much better than they did. And you know, you got a Kansas City ball club that's
just lost.
They're going to be coming. Hey, they're coming out, man, in fire. And you saw them kind of getting into it. Who's that? The defense? Who's the big tackle? He plays tackle, but they had him lined up at end. But he came inside, and
Gary, we have something here for you.
What's that?
There's a video of Cooper DeJean reportedly partying on Saturday night.
Is that so?
Cooper DeJean was seen partying at a club on Saturday night. Many Philly fans are upset he isn't training as they play the Chiefs on Sunday. He's out there with beers in his hand. He's hanging out. He's very it's right now on my Twitter page, and there he is. He's out there hanging out with chicks on a Saturday night. Now again, I mean, you know, it is Saturday night. Nick probably gave him.
Yeah, they probably got the weekend off, probably. Yeah. So he was out having a good time, huh?
Oh, he's out. You know, he's the sheriff of he's the sheriff of Wildwood now, man. You know, I mean.
Is that?
Yeah, he's the sheriff now.
Hey, I know I see all the little girls screaming every time he goes somewhere. Oh, yeah. Cooper.
I know, man. I mean, look,
he can't even go anywhere. Yeah, we got a patrol of the little girls walking around, following them all over the place. You know.
Hey, he's got cereal now with cereal bowls, and you know when you there's a prize in that crunch. I hear it's his phone number. It's in there somewhere for the girlies to buy it. I mean, it's just really great. I mean, a lot of distractions going on.
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, believe me, I've seen. You know, the little girlies have distracted a lot of players.
Oh
down through the days. Believe me. Yeah, you wouldn't want me to start telling stories, boy. I could. Man, we would be here. I mean, everything from I've looked out in parking lots and seen cars moving. I'm going, why is that car? Gary, that's a parked car out there.
I'm going to tell you a Mongo story. God rest his soul, and he wouldn't mind. I love him. Steve McMichael. So he comes down to play the Buccaneers. This is my first year. I knew him from when he played at Texas, you know, and all that. I go and our hotel is right next to this place down in Tampa called Malika's. And so we're in there. We go down there, and I walked, and I got myself like some food. We went around the corner. There was a sub shop. Here's McMichael and Richard Dent, Dan Hampton. They are out of their minds. The Saturday night before a Sunday game. And it is like, they're all over the place. And these guys are playing. And I'm like, man, it's going to be hot. And these guys are going to be drunk tomorrow when they get out there. You know that Tampa Heat, right?
Yeah, you better believe that. It's hot down there in Tampa, boy.
Yeah, and early. These guys, you should have seen their faces. Red like this Coke can. I mean, they were, how you doing there, Steve? Hey, Mongo, you all right? He goes, a gas mask, everything going on. These guys were sucking on it, man.
Hey, you know I know about that because when I was with Detroit, see, we used to have to go down to Tampa. Times our defensive line, and believe me, we had a good defensive line because we had Doug English, Al Baker, Bob Baker, and we had some other guys. We had a good defensive line, and these guys, boy, you know what they dreamed of at night? Sacks. They want to get to the quarterback. So we had different calls we could make where I could turn them loose and say, go get the quarterback. We could see they're getting ready to throw. And a lot of times those guys would be in their stance and go, hey, Cobb, you turning us loose? No, play the run. You got to play the run. Those guys just want to go get the quarterback. But anyway, they would be down there. And as we got into the game, boy, I had to get out them and say, hey, man, look, hey, if you're tired, then get out of here and have them put somebody else in there. But you got to be running to the ball because those guys get down there early in the season, man.
Too much Mons Venus. Too much Mons Venus. Gary, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
You
have a good one.